See, I've been thinking about you all day, just waiting for your call. Don't even really know what to say. Why I have to fall so hard, it's like I scraped my face right across the ground. So happy to be feeling this way. Guess you really turned me out, it's true. So into you, ain't nothing for you I wouldn't do. Promise always give the love and it's yours. I'll always hold you down. You're my everything, I swear I'm all yours. I'll always hold you down. Never let another take your place. Wish you can be sure. Let these women try it all day. I feel so secure, so doesn't matter what they say. I'll stand by your side, talking to my dying day. Just a few lifetimes with you, point of view. I wanna make you feel the same way I do. Promise always give the love and it's yours. I'll always hold you down. You're my everything, I swear I'm all yours. I'll always hold you down. We got such a magical day. Sometimes I pinch myself, feels like a dream. It's when I thought you left would never find me. You showed up and set my heart free. Promise always give the love and it's yours. I'll always hold you down. You're my everything, I swear I'm all yours.
Let me see if I get these damn buttons right. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Thank y'all so much. It's been a while since we didn't seen y'all. What, it's been 3 weeks?
No, just 2.
Just 2 weeks?
Yeah, we didn't do a show last week.
Oh, okay. It just seemed like so long. But anyway, well, welcome. Thank y'all for stopping in. Y'all could be doing a lot of different things and y'all decide to join us tonight. So we appreciate y'all for being here. As we always do, for those who don't know us, we just introduce ourselves. I'm Lamar, and this is my wife, Sarah. By day, finance manager, husband, friend, all that kind of fun stuff. And she's a nurse out there in the middle of the pandemic to this day, dealing with all of the crazy people, anti-maskers. I don't know. Oh my God, this my the world is falling and all that stuff. So we give a little hand clap for that.
Thank you.
Dealing with all those people, and as well as we do before every show, we kind of go over our core principles, and we have 3 core principles. And number 1, always date. We always date. 8-9 years ago, she came to the idea of at least, hey, let's date at least once a week. I'm like, damn. Yeah. And you know what? It's been one of the best things that could ever happen to our marriage. So we always encourage finding that time. It doesn't have to be weekly, but it has to. We believe and believe strongly that it has to be some set aside time for you and your spouse. But we just choose to do it weekly. It's been working good. Number two core principle is we believe in 80-20. 80-20 in our marriage and kind of in life in general as well. You get 80% of the stuff that you strive for or want out of life, you're doing great. The other 20%,
got to chalk it up to the game.
Got to charge it to the game. You ain't gonna get it 100%. I don't care what they told you. You can't have it all.
Right.
That's life. That's a lie. Anyway, and lastly is we believe in it. We live by a traditional marriage, and we don't push that on anybody else.
That's just what we do.
It's just what we choose. So thank y'all again. If y'all will, we got a few people in here. If y'all hit that like, share button for us real quick, please.
Yes. Just say who's in here. Just say hey. That way we know. Sometimes it's a little delay, so it's sometimes hard to know who is in here with us. The only person I see right now is Sierra. I did see Michaela, but it's showing me a couple people, but I can't see anyone. So just say hey if you're in here.
Yeah, if you're in here, just drop a hello, what's up, how you doing, all that kind of good stuff. We'd appreciate that, so we can tell this. Like I said, the system kind of is a little bit delayed, and it's not always real time of who's what. And remember, when you do come in, just for future, there's a little box you need to check, so we'll see your particular.
So we'll see your name.
Yeah, we'll see your name. For those watching from Facebook. Those on YouTube, you don't have to do that because YouTube does allow you to. But if you did come in through Facebook, which most of the people have, you will have to hit that little checkbox so we can see your name. We can see it from our other screens, but it's just a little more efficient if we can just see
Miss
it on
Murdoch.
screen. Miss Murdoch is in here.
Mr. Avery is in the building. Hey, y'all.
Hey.
Okay, so we're gonna get right into it.
Hold on. You skipping all over my stuff. See,
what? You did your intro.
See, there you go. No.
He feeling better now. He ready to take over the show again, y'all.
I'll put my business out there. But anyway.
Yeah. So go ahead.
Yeah. So, but no, y'all seen the title. Dreams and Desires, and it was before Dreams, Desires, and Fantasies. But you know what? When we typed that, it dinged the algorithm and it locked it and added the picture, and it was anyway. So we had to take a few words out.
Had to modify the title because they did not like our title.
Yeah, didn't like that. I get it. I understand. You got to play by the rules. It ain't my stuff. It's somebody else's. So if I'm going to use their stuff, I gotta
play by their rules.
Got to play by their damn rules. So so that's the title for tonight.
So the 3 questions we're going to address tonight is, what is a dream, desire, and fantasy? And the second one is it okay to share these dreams, desires, and fantasies with your spouse or whomever you're with? And the third thing is the best part. What are some common desired dreams, or what are some common fantasies? So those are some of the things that we're going to address tonight.
Yeah. So we're going to go ahead and get right into it. Since we've been away for a while, we're going to go ahead and get into the tonight's program. Let's see here. Give me just a second here, man. I'm a little rusty. I should have got on here and did some practice.
That's all right.
Yeah, so we're gonna get into it. So you see the title now. As far as dreams and desires, we all have dreams at nighttime. We all have desires. You desire your spouse, and you desire other things too. But before we get into the good stuff, I want to talk about one thing that doing research, as we always do for our topics. One of the things that came up is we always try to look at things objectively, whatever the word is, to look at it unbiased, unobjectively, whatever the case is, but also try to find some good and some. It's always easy to talk about the good stuff, but there's another side to dreams and fantasies, and that's something they call SSD.
SSD.
Yep. SDD. I'm sorry. SDD is sexual desire discrepancy. Now, let me go ahead and run this across the bottom of the actual board. So y'all, we do that disclaimer there, because we're not doctors or therapists or none of that. But this is something that you can look into as well. So I'm gonna read this from Dr. Catherine Hertland, just kind of summarize it. But to summarize SDD, it's what is it? Sexual desire. I wrote it down somewhere. That don't it? Yeah.
Okay.
Well, anyway, it's when you desire your sex from your spouse, but they are not in the mood at that same time. So sexual desire discrepancy. Look, 80%, according to this particular doctor in her research, over 80% of people have experienced SDD. I mean, it's like, hey, babe, let's. Man, you did that good. Damn. You're going to put these folks the wrong impression. Anyway, yes, SDD. So 80% of couples have that moment or moments or times when they are not desiring each other. So I'm going to read just to summarize this real quick, and I'm going to pull it up on screen as well. So it feels like your sexual desires have been clashing with your partners and your spouses in your bedroom is a source of contention and anxiety instead of desires, pleasures, and peaceful sleep. Having different levels of desire is totally normal. There are many things that can affect this on a day-to-day basis, even on a year-to-year basis. It's unrealistic to expect both of you to want sex at the exact same time, in the same way, every time. That's good. I'm going to touch on that last part. It's unrealistic to expect both of you to want sex at the same time. I think everybody understands that. But the other part that I found very interesting in that sentence, in the same way every time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I may want, for you to ride a motorcycle. You may want to, go swimming. It's just different positions, different ways, different places, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
So you have to just understand that you're not always going to match up.
That's a big thing.
Yes. But the problem comes when this becomes a stressor on your relationship, which makes a lot of sense. Research shows that up to 80% of couples regularly experience situations where one partner wants to have sex and the other one doesn't.
That's common.
Life. Yes.
That's just life.
While sex therapists would tell you that low sexual desire is the most common sexual problem, desire discrepancy is considered more distressing due to its dampening down the romance in a relationship. So in so many words, you tell your spouse, or it happens enough times in a certain amount of time that can make the other person feel a certain type of way. Yeah. Rejected, dejected, whatever you want to call it. So that can be an issue. Hold on. Now we got 12 people in here. We need to have at least 50% of those likes. So why don't y'all go ahead and please
give us some likes, y'all.
Give us those likes, please. We'd appreciate if y'all take a moment to do that. We hate to do the little bit of a break here, but if you'll go ahead and smash
keep growing.
All right, thank y'all. All right, so I heard y'all hear that? She hit her lips like, Like she was just ready to go ahead.
Ready.
You ready? Okay,
Yeah.
give me a minute. I'm in my bag right now. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, he been gone a week and he don't want to stop talking.
I miss my peoples. I miss y'all. Y'all good peoples. You know, we miss y'all. But now on to the good stuff. So now that we got that out of the way and talked about some real, because I always believe is whenever you do topics like this, especially, and we try our best to keep it in the realm of reality, you got to talk about the good and the not so good.
Yeah.
That's just life. But we all have desires.
Yeah. So the biggest thing is I want to give the definition first. So a dream is imaginatory event seen in the mind while sleeping.
Okay.
Whereas a desire is countable, someone or something wished for. So people tend to not know the difference between, dreams and desires. So dreams, you can't help what you dream. Desire is something you're kind of wishing for. And then so the definition.
What's a fantasy?
A fantasy is the power or process of creating especially unrealistic mental images. So usually something that it's not that it can happen, it's just usually, something that is we call fictitious, something that you may just want to happen. You know what I'm saying?
I got you. Yeah.
So, so I just wanted to define those three things so you know the difference between a desire, a dream, and a fantasy, because I know initially I was like, Dad, what's the difference between a dream and a desire? But
yes,
dream, you can't help what you're dreaming.
Yeah, so I spoke about a desire as far as desiring your spouse just in the natural form of that, but also desires, it's a kind of a two-way word as well. Two-way, three-way, whatever. Anyway, a two-way word. So desires, you can desire something additional.
Right.
So you can desire your spouse, but desire something additional from them or additional to that. But so I want to get into a couple of, I guess these would be considered. Why are you looking at me like that? You like looking at me like, what you about to say?
Well, before you go into yours, let me go and finish my questions because
tug of war in this piece.
It is. So, and my next question was: is it okay to share your dreams and desires and fantasies with your spouse?
Is it okay to?
Do you guys think it's okay?
Yeah, let us know. Do you think it's okay? Well, I'll tell I think. I don't think it's okay. I know it's, in my opinion.
Yeah, I definitely say yes. I think that you should be able to address these. I mean, voice your, desires with your spouse. I do think that it's important to know your spouse and evaluate, who you're dealing with. I don't think that it's good to play the element of surprise, like, when you're out on a date, y'all might be talking about something kinky or whatever, you talk about it then versus trying to wait till you're in the bed and be like, oh, babe, I want to see you and somebody. You know what I mean? Like sometimes it could be
See, fellas.
I know what you're finna say but
what am I about to say?
You about to say, because you never know when the right time to say.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
women got to be calculated so perfectly. I get what you're saying, so it kind of ruins the.
Don't ask me here. Ask me here when I got on this and the sun is at a 45-degree angle and the birds are chirping outside. Then you can ask me. No, we try our best. We'll make our best efforts to go ahead and find that right time. But shit, you know what I'm saying?
But I'm saying, if you've never mentioned to your wife, I want to see you with somebody else. You've never said that to her. You might not want to just throw it on her sporadically.
Okay, that's womanese, fellas. Don't you ever say that shit. It'll get you in the damn doghouse. It'll get you in the doghouse.
What to get you in the doghouse?
What you just said ain't really no right way to say that. You just got to come out and say it.
You just gotta say it.
You just gotta say it's like, hey, babe, look, I've been wanting to add a little somebody to the bedroom.
Well, I think there's something. Yeah, okay, I got what you said. I get what you're saying.
Now she come back and say, who? What's his name? Then you know you're in trouble. You know your ass is in trouble. But no.
But I want to say, don't be uncomfortable with sharing these things, because 9 times out of 10, your spouse want to voice these things too, but don't know how. So sometimes you just got to break the ice and just be like, you know what, hey, I've been thinking about, maybe doing something in the public area, or whatever,
It's
So,
something that you say that because I was doing some research and found out that, and I think this is kind of common knowledge as well. About 98% of people, according to Chicago Tribune, a survey they did, 97% of people have fantasies.
oh man, it's
And you might as well say that's 100%.
Yeah,
Everybody does.
yeah.
But do you know what the most common fantasy for a woman is?
What y'all think, ladies? I would say romantic sex. Like, I think most women desire like romantic sex.
Yeah. So
Is that all right?
Yes, you hit it right on. Oh, my bad, hit the wrong button. Yeah, the number one fantasy for women is sex in unusual or romantic places. So y'all like to get down and dirty, all this, the common one when you were younger, sex on the beach. That shit is real for these women, I guess.
I do. I want to do that. That's on my list.
Okay, no problem. We can get that. Yeah, we can
that is
that.
definitely.
We're going to Puerto Rico and come up in April. Hey, by the way, on that topic, we're going to Puerto Rico in April. It's short notice because of the pandemic, but we got to get out and enjoy my 50th birthday and her 40th birthday. So if you are interested, we'll put more information in. You come and stay as long as you want to. We're just gonna have a good weekend down there. We decided Puerto Rico because it is in country. You don't have to get any special kind of passports or anything like that. But also, it's close to the same time difference. It's only a 1 hour ahead in Eastern time. So you can go for a weekend, come on back, and not have jet lag. But anyway, So back to it. So that was the number one for women: sex in unusual or romantic places. So what do you think is the number one?
I know what it is for men.
For men, what is the number one?
What y'all think? I'm gonna wait till I say it. One of y'all drop what y'all think the number one is for men. I bet you I know, and I promise I bet you don't know. What y'all think it is? The number one fantasy for a man. What y'all think it is? Bing, 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 bing. Who said that? I don't see the name. Rich, yup. I think you're right. Demia, yup. Sierra, yup.
So what is it? What do you say?
A threesome.
Time for
it's wrong. What is it?
The number one, according to the research, but not the top three are very, very close. What? Number one is giving or receiving oral.
But that's regular though.
I'm just telling you what the research said.
Don't your spouse or shoot the message. Anybody.
It doesn't. It's a fantasy. I mean, giving or receiving oral. That's number one. But number two, which is close, number one was 87%. Number two was 85%. Mm-hmm. Number two, of course, is two women.
Well, let's read some of these comments.
Yeah. So let's see. I should have put that disclaimer in there to let people know. So you have to read them. Okay. So it's women's fantasies are to be satisfied 100%. Absolutely. That is definitely a big one. That's definitely a big one for women because it's hard for that to happen sometimes. Rich said a threesome. Demia said a threesome. And he said, I like hearing everything my husband has to say, even if I have to take it in and think about it later. It's hard sometimes. Absolutely. That's whoa. If you read that slower, it could say something else, but go ahead.
You're so hunchy. But yes. And Star said that's the norm. And Rich said that's not a fantasy. That's the norm. I get too. I think getting head is normal. I don't think it, but I get, maybe they mean from somebody else. But I guess that's just one thing that guys totally enjoy doing. I mean, receiving, like they want it all day, every day. Maybe they mean even when they at work at their desk. Who knows? In the gym, who knows? So, anyways, but I want to say that I think that if to kind of wrap that question up. If you want to be a little bit more intimate, physically and mentally with your spouse, I think that it's good to share these things. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that
sharing is caring.
I think it's good to share your dreams, desires, and fantasies. Not necessarily hoping that they all will come true, or even wishing any of them will come true. But I think it's healthy to share, some of those,
It is.
ideas.
You know what? Let's face it as well. Sharing some fantasies at the right time can be a little euphoric, right? We all know that sometimes in the throes of all the excitement, and you're doing whatever the case is, you say certain things, and may get you over the top, put you over the top, or get you to the mountaintop, or whatever the case is.
But I do want to say, so in that moment, even if you don't agree with something your spouse has said, like, don't turn your face up and be like, "What you mean?" Like, especially doing sex, like it could kill it. So you just gotta try to try to eat it. And
Mr. Softy will come to town real quick.
Yeah. You gotta. Maybe if you didn't like it during the sex or whatever activities y'all doing, and maybe revisit it later on down the line. But don't kill the dream at the moment.
Don't kill the vibe, as your boy say. Don't kill the vibe.
So yeah, you just gotta learn to accept each other's views, and I think that this what you gotta do.
That is. So you drop the link inside. Drop the link. I misspelled that to join the show. I dropped the link inside the chat. It is pinned in the chat. If you want to join, you can either join video or just audio after you click the link. If you want to come in and answer some of the questions that we do have, we're gonna get into the questions and see your responses. If you don't join, you're more than welcome to type your answers. I know some of y'all are slow with the fingers, so if you want to get that voice texting game together, you know what I'm saying, whatever the case is.
Yeah. So while y'all thinking about if you're going to join or not, I'm going to go over what are some common fantasies.
But before we do that, I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all a real quick break as y'all watch this real quick break here real quick. If y'all hit that like and share button for us, we really appreciate it. It's only 15-20 seconds long, and then she'll go over those actual. And I was telling I did that shit on my cell phone. You did good. It is something. Stuff that came from
stuff can come a long way.
Came a long way. But go ahead, young lady.
All right, y'all. So please feel free to comment until y'all decide if y'all want to join in or whatever. But so some of I'm just gonna list a few and just keep going until we decide to if somebody joins in. So some of the most common sexual fantasies is multi-partner sex. So that was among the top things that some of the fantasies, or one of the fantasies. And another one was power control and rough sex.
That's pretty common.
Yeah, again, I think that kind of comes, if y'all ever remember the movie like 50 Shades. I think I read like all of those books in a matter of weeks. Like that was some good.
What's the name?
50 Shades of Grey.
Didn't they make a movie too?
And they had like 3-4 different books, and when I tell you it was on and popping up in those books,
I never seen
y'all women know about 50 Shades of Grey. Yeah. Rough sex, right? Shout out. Another one is taboo or forbidding circumstances, like a place that's not very common for sex. Like, I ain't gonna say church, but what's a taboo place?
At work.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Movie theater.
Slop top in the parking lot. Ain't that a song? Slop top in the parking lot.
Yeah, that's good. Yep.
Movie theater.
We
never did that.
But I don't like the movies.
I was just testing you now.
Whatever.
Yeah, a lot of people think it's a nasty place already. So I get it.
Mm-hmm. And then we have passion and romance. That's a big fantasy for people. A lot of people want to experience like true romance, true passionate sex. That's really hard to achieve. When like when I say like, because most times it's like let's get it in, let's get it popping, let's get it over. But not all the time it's very romantic, if I should say. And got same sex encounters. That's another one. So yeah. Don't really.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Okay. Continue on.
Okay. And so some of the fantasies that I think that you can turn into reality. I'm not saying that I have done these, and I'm not saying that you should do these, but I'm saying if you're thinking about honoring some of your spouse's wishes, is some things that you can consider is public sex. Like, do your thing. It's okay to have sex in public. Don't get caught, but you gotta try to fulfill some of those wishes for your spouse. What you think?
Shit, hell yeah, absolutely. Not tonight because it's 24 degrees out there. You have ice pipe out there. You don't want to be out there. Can you imagine having a cold ass out there trying?
It's cold.
Just too cold. But yes, I think that's something that the alluring feeling of possibly getting caught. That's always something that that is kind of exciting. Get your heart rate up. When your heart rate up, your blood's flowing. The rest
and then some of the fantasies about let's say you're gonna play dress up. You might be a boss and an employee. You might want to see your wife as a nurse.
I see you as a nurse all the time. Every time you put that damn pink scrub set on that you got from the hood store, what is that, City Trends or some shit like that?
Yeah.
From City Trends, I'd be like, damn, because it fits so tight on your butt. You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, damn, I married a nurse. Not only is she a nurse, but she was a cheerleader too. So we're not gonna get into the other part, but you know what? I married both of my fantasies. All in one.
We got a police officer. You might want to see a police officer or a sports player. You might be a professor and a student. You want to?
Oh, but go ahead. Yeah.
Might be want to do some dominatrix type stuff.
Yeah, like the girl in our little that we showed used as our little avatar.
Yeah. So these are just some of the things that you might want to turn into reality. But we're gonna let before we go over all that, we'll go ahead and let Rich join.
All right, so we got a guest coming on in, so we'll go ahead and if y'all would welcome, want to go ahead hit a few hearts and bring in Mr. Richard. Welcome to the stream, hey. Richard.
Can y'all hear me?
We can.
Yeah, we can hear you, sir. How you doing this evening?
I'm doing great. I would join on camera, but I'm not looking up to part of make my TV debut.
Oh, okay.
We appreciate the audio, so it's all good. It's all the same.
So we have a few. We'll ask you a few questions before we do. Do you want to touch on anything that real quick in just a few words, or anything that we've talked about up to this point, sir?
Well, I don't really want to put myself out there. Just
gotcha.
Yeah, but yeah. But but I do want to say, great show. I watch the show all the time. Like y'all, I've watched it progress, and I'm enjoying it thoroughly.
Well, thank you. We appreciate y'all. Appreciate you for coming in and always giving your support too.
For sure.
Do you want to answer questions, or you just want to come on and kind of show your love?
No, you ain't gonna let him off the hook like that's not how you do it. Man. No, you don't let people. You said you got at least answered 1 or 2 questions. All right,
Rich.
Well, I'll tell you one thing I'll touch on before y'all ask a question is that when you were talking about fantasies and how I guess one of the number one fantasies was the oral. And I did feel a little bit weird because I'm like, as I got older, I started to enjoy giving more than getting. Mm-hmm. So I don't know, is that a normal thing? Is it like
I would say that ain't too far, that ain't too off. I think that's pretty normal for most guys.
I think it is normal because I think guys get off on seeing their woman being pleased. You see what I'm saying? Like
right.
Yeah, so I definitely think that's
that's
mature.
Normal.
You rather make sure your woman is 100% right, and you get off on that because not quite naturally it's going to be a turn on for you too. You know what I'm saying?
Well, but also too, you have a couple of really really important senses, and I'm gonna put this as PG as possible. The visual, right? You see that thing, right? But then there's a other
aroma.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So that plays a part for men. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
But anyway,
So we get it.
yeah. So
Okay.
I'm gonna leave it at that. We ain't gonna get too down and dirty.
Yeah, please. Like I said,
But go ahead. Why don't you go ahead and ask Mr. Richard? Thank you again, Richard, for joining us. Ask him
sure.
a couple of questions.
Okay, so one of my questions is, do you think it is healthy to share your dreams, desires, and fantasies with your spouse?
I think it would. I think we would like to think it's healthy, but if I can just only speak from my experience. I've been in positions to where I may feel like I'm a little bit more on the edge or further on the edge than where my woman would be. So you kind of don't want to share in the you don't want to seem like you don't want them to look at you like damn, you know what I'm saying, or like he's weird, you nasty, you know
Right.
what I'm saying on that end. So I think it's healthy because I think I would like to share more, but you don't know what level that your partner is on just yet. So you try to ease into it without saying too much and looking crazy.
Yeah, that was one of the things that we hit on earlier. I definitely think it's important to know and evaluate your own personal relationship, because if you got somebody that's a little bit more territorial and not as open to ideas and ventures, you might, some of those things are not shareable.
Right.
Not that I think it's healthy, because I definitely think it's not healthy not to be able to just share those things, because it's not necessarily saying you want these things to happen. But if I can't tell you my innermost thoughts,
That's right.
then we dealing with a problem, because he
Right.
could tell me, I want to see you with 5 guys or whatever. That don't mean it's going to happen, but I want you to be able to share that with me. It's not, or he could say, I want Susie down the street. Hey, you can want Susie down the street all you want, but you might not get Susie. You get what I'm saying? Like, so I think that it's okay to you should be able to share those things. I'm not saying that,
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
I do.
No, I get it. I guess I'm just wondering, like, what happens once you do share and you find out that's not where y'all meet at? Like, can that I don't know if that's like sexual incompatibility. Like, can that be a problem? Like, it was like, 'cause then you're unfulfilled, by never.
Leave this motherfucker up to ask a question for a therapist. We just a couple of motherfuckers or see it on Facebook. Shit,
You know what? Just for that, I'm gonna take my camera off for 2 seconds and let you see what's going on. You're a little light. That's why these questions are getting asked.
Okay, all right, yes sir. No, but no, that's a good valid question. And I think that
I think it can possibly lead to some sexual incompatibility, only because you don't feel that you can be your true authentic self.
Now, I will say at this point, if it does happen, I would suggest talking to a sex therapist.
Yeah.
Because just like anything, when you come to impasse, whether it be something how you're rearing your children, how you discipline your children, or anything that's related to the family, there's people that you can talk to professionally that can guide you through around that particular obstacle.
I don't think it's a deal breaker by no means.
It could be, but if
if
it comes to it and you can't, you two can't work that part out, seek some professional advice.
Yeah, for sure.
Ask him one more question.
All right.
I got a Bud Light.
I
took it for
Miller
Light. I took
Miller,
it for a Bud
Miller,
Light kind of dude.
It's
Miller.
Miller. I'm sorry, it's not a golden ultra lobe or whatever that shit is.
Oh, then no, his you're so silly.
Don't be hating on my Michelob Ultra Golden Draft. Well, good.
All right. Okay. Would it make you feel jealous if your spouse shared some of her fantasies with you, or?
For me, no, because I'm a pleaser. I just like to know what turns her on.
Right.
So, whatever that may be, I'm so interested in it. I like to hear it because I'm just like, oh, so that gets you off, okay. So I don't know. Yeah, it's a turn on for me. It's just I just like to, Yeah.
I think that may be, that's a good one. I'm glad you brought that up, because I think for the most part, men are the more ones that play a lot of things in our head to get us down the road, so to speak. So a lot of times we're the purveyors of most of the porn or whatever, or sexual stuff that's in print or visual.
Right.
But that gets us just hearing that kind of stuff can get us going. So I think that's really. I'm glad you brought that up, Richard.
No problem, man. Like I said, I appreciate y'all letting me get on here and I try to watch sometimes and I try to gauge what not to say. So, y'all be on 10 sometimes, then y'all be like super smart. So I'm like, I don't know what to say.
No, man.
No, you get on and you say whatever you want to say. This is what we're doing. We enjoy doing it. So that's what makes the show exciting.
Yeah. So you want to add anything else before we get into some of the other comments from some of the other participants in the group, that have joined the show tonight?
Nah, y'all hitting on it. I appreciate it. I got my Miller Lite, bottle of lotion.
Don't go nowhere. Just join right back in.
Yeah, just don't go nowhere. Just I'm gonna drop you out, man. And I appreciate you coming in and giving your input because it was greatly appreciated. Everybody, give it up for Mr. Richard. Thank you so much, sir.
All right, brother. Beard looks great.
Thank you.
So let's read some of these comments.
Yes. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull that up.
Zamia said, "I'm weak." The pink scrubs from City Trends.
Love them. She got a pink one. She got the pink one, a black one, and a dark blue one, and they all fit. They got that black woman. I got hips, ass, and shape fits.
Yeah,
fit. You know what I'm saying?
And every morning he tell me, "It's like I like that scrub."
And what I do? What's the next thing I do after that?
Grab my booty.
That's right.
Every
time.
If he don't, then I know something wrong.
Yeah, so even when I don't want her to throw her off, I would make sure.
Hold tight for us. Can you? Okay, if something happened, y'all. I hope y'all still there.
Yeah, it's that cricket internet you got us, man. But yeah, go ahead.
We got. I think it is healthy to share because you never know your significant other. We can't have the same fantasies. That is so true.
Yeah, you never know. Y'all could be. Just imagine that.
I don't know where that came from, though.
That's okay. You could say a fantasy like, what?
Yeah, you been thinking about that? Yeah. Well, why you ain't say something earlier?
Yeah, then it could be on and popping.
Yeah, I definitely think it's good to share because you just never know.
The next one, who is this that says, I honestly think men can't take women's fantasies the way women can take men's fantasies.
That's the Mia.
No, yes, we can. We just don't want to hear it. We just don't want to hear it. We know. But I think there's, in all seriousness, I appreciate your comment. Did you say Demia?
Demia, yeah.
Yeah, Demia. You're probably right to a certain degree. A woman expects a man to say he wants two women, but most men would not like to hear his woman say, "Oh, baby, you know what? I want a threesome." You'd be like, "Oh, okay, cool." He'd be saying,
"Two men,"
but she'd be wanting two men, not including your ass. That could be a fantasy. It may make a guy feel a certain type of way. But if a man were to say that, women would probably most likely accept it. So you're right on that, young lady.
Yes,
it's true. Hey, there's some women out there that want a threesome with two men, not including her husband, right? Or we're gonna edit that shit out. Where's the damn edit button? God damn it. But anyway, that is I think pretty much true.
Yeah.
What's the next question? Let's go ahead and ask.
Okay. So y'all, I'm just gonna ask questions since we didn't have anybody ready to join or anything like that. So y'all just drop y'all y'all answers in the comment box. So
we drink to that.
Have you shared your desires or fantasies with your spouse? Have you guys ever shared any of your wishes, as I call them, wishes with your spouse? Or I'm not even gonna say wishes because they might not be nothing you're wishing for.
Have you shared your fantasies?
Yeah. Have you shared your fantasies with your spouse?
I've pretty much shared over the last 20 years. I done shared pretty much all the yeah. I think when I was going down that list, I had about 70 on there. I think I got through all. I think you heard all my fantasies.
Mr. Jordan said, "Yep," and she shut them down. Dang.
Oh.
Well, so but see, that's the thing. They're just fantasies, so it's okay that you share them though. So that I commend you for sharing them, even though they got shut down. That's cool. Like, I mean, she knows where your head is, at times. So good for you for sharing, though. You get what I'm saying? Much respect for that.
Yeah, absolutely, having the courage to. But also, if you feel that it is something that is, let me not say that. No, I was going to say fantasies and desires are two different things. If it's fantasies, you just gotta, in a sense, let it be known. If they don't care for it, then maybe table.
But
it
some fantasies are attainable, like public place
but
sex,
if they don't like
or
it,
Mile High Club sex, or control sex, rough sex. So those are the fantasies. So let's see. Read some of the comments.
Yes, it took me a long time to get to that point.
Yes.
Though. Understood. Next one. I'm glad I did, though. After the fact, though, it worked in my favor.
Okay. Hey, we like them type of endings. Yeah.
I say I got shut down as well. Oh man, sorry.
Dad, cuz the shutdown. But we talked about this. So I already know where you at with it. Keep reading the comments.
Right. She born and modern. I broke up with her a lot, and she keeps coming back. Who said that?
Oh gosh, Jordan. Dang.
All right.
We weren't expecting that, but okay.
That's a good one. Appreciate that one. Next one is I had to learn the difference between fantasies and desires.
Yes. Exactly. That is why I wanted to define the difference, because you can't help where your mind goes than a fantasy. It's a lot of movies that's fantasy movies, but we enjoy those books that take you to a fantasy land that let you use your imagination beyond. So those things are good.
Y'all do movies. We do the hub.
Yeah, y'all do porn. Yeah,
we do the hub.
So it's good to know the difference between being able to just share those things. That don't mean they necessarily gonna go down. But y'all, I think me and Lamar do too much sharing. So
I don't. You do. You be the one always. But anyway,
I be the one always. What?
My boys be telling me, man, when Sarah said this, blah blah blah.
I'm like, well, Sarah said what?
When you get a little alcohol.
No, I'm saying not sharing. I'm talking about sharing in the bedroom. I'm talking about me and you talking.
Information.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh no, yeah. I tell her pretty much everything.
Yeah, we don't really hold no bars in respects to the age. See, he was shredding up every time. He be like,
bad.
"What you about to say?" Because you be telling everything. I don't tell everything.
Okay.
I'm kind of an open book when it comes to certain
That's true. But anyway, let's go ahead. Continue on.
Okay.
What's the next question?
And that was part of the question. How was it received? But I see that some people said it got shut down. Some people said it worked in their favor. So yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. So we'll do this. So if you feel so inclined, if you want to, the question is: how was it received? Do you care to go ahead and share a fantasy that you shared with us and let us know how it received? If you're feeling bold enough to go ahead, we ain't gonna hold it against you. No pressure, but we ain't gonna hold it against you either. If you want to share, we know that could be kind of an intimate details. It could be.
Comment says, when you are with someone as long as I have been with your husband, you start to doubt certain things. But now we are on a whole nother level that we talk about any and everything. Correct.
That's good.
Yes. You got to be. And that's how it should be, because if you're going to spend the rest of your life with somebody, I mean, goodness gracious, let me be my true, authentic self. You know what I'm saying?
I do. So question, this is a judgment-free zone, right?
Absolutely.
Yes, it is. It is a judgment-free zone for the next 5 minutes. You got 5 minutes, no judgment. Anytime after that, then
we always are judgment-free zone, but
yeah, I know. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Communication is key for sure, Star. For sure.
Somebody said what now? Yes, communication is key. Yes, this is a judgment-free zone if you're feeling so inclined to go ahead and do that. It's so we've been together, 20 years, somewhere around in that area, right? And now I know that you expect me to pretty much tell you you're like, hell, this fool gonna say, say what he wants now. But so I think with time comes comfort, and with time also comes understanding who you're with and kind of getting an idea what they are.
We won't necessarily read the names with the comments, but we'll read the comments. So go ahead. Read.
All right. So next one. All right. So this one, I told my guy I wanted a threesome, female, male. Don't ask me how I know the little letters, but I do. He said it doesn't matter, male or female. He doesn't want to see anyone else please me.
Got that going on a lot.
Yes. So that can you can. I think that goes back to what young lady said earlier about how it is received differently, how men receive those things differently than women. Yes, it is definitely a double standard. There is not parity in how men and women view sex and stuff like that. No, we're trying to say men and women differently think about things and receive differently. So yes, so let's go on to the next one. I would share more, but my husband is private and I am more open. Understood. Yeah. We understand that. We
totally understand that.
Yes, we definitely understand.
Oh yeah, that's big. Yeah, and Lamar is a lot more private than I am. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, it's the opposite with us. I'm more reserved
and private. I get it, especially when it comes to stuff like this too. That be a bit more. You don't want everybody knowing all your juice. Juicy stuff.
I was going to say all your juices. I was going to say what? Anyway, I could definitely see that with y'all. Yeah, we pretty realistic kind of.
Yeah, Lamar's an introvert. I'm an extrovert, but he's learned to kind of deal with all my.
I ain't learned. I just gotta be I gotta put up with people. So I gotta have some tolerance of being around others besides myself, including you.
You've done a good job.
Yeah. So I'm working on that. I ain't gonna say work in progress. But Richard came back in. Let me see real quick. Richard, let me see. Was this an accident? I'm gonna bring him back in real quick. Richard, did you try to come back in, sir?
Man, it kept stopping on me, and I just was going back to I don't know. The thing kept because now I'm watching directly on the what is it, StreamYard?
Yeah.
Do you want to share via here or you want to share via post?
Man, that's a lot.
Oh.
Okay, well go ahead and share on then.
Well, I do something minor.
Okay.
Wait, what was the initial question? Let me not go off topic.
Okay, that's okay. It says
the Miller Lite hitting. Go ahead.
Shit.
Yes, it
is. Is there a specific fantasy that you would like to share that you share with your spouse that either, and how was it received?
Oh, okay, yeah. No, I never shared none of them with my spouse, but I do got a thing for like older women.
Okay. I've heard that plenty of. So that's one of your fantasies. That's not. You're not saying it's gonna happen or want to happen.
Oh
wow!
This man is wild.
Damn. Yeah, okay. You hit him with the grandma.
Yeah. I have definitely been in the granny category on Pornhub before.
Yeah, I got a couple friends that like older men, so it is what it is. So I get it.
Got an older man face. Your husband got a damn gray ass beard, but hey, we thank. But yeah, thank you, sir. Yeah, we appreciate you. Stepping up and sharing that because of course these are things that are considered a lot of times private, but putting yourself out there a little bit just to be open amongst other like-minded individuals.
And just because you did that, once you get off, we're gonna have Lamar share some too.
Yeah, that's about the lightest I can. That's probably the best I can do.
I got you.
Yeah,
but we appreciate that though.
Did tell you about my cock rings and shit like that.
Oh shit!
Oh, let him go.
hey, we talked about that. We shared that with others for the fellas that are in here. Let me tell you,
that is a good tool to have.
Cock rings. You can get them from anywhere, any sex store, Amazon, whatever.
Yeah, damn cock ring connoisseur.
But what you do, hey, you keep them inside the drawer with all your other stuff just in case, the wife wants to go a little bit longer than usual, or you need to get back in the game because you fell out of the game during, what I'm saying? You put that thing on and push the pressure where it's needed.
After effects of COVID and shit like that.
Yeah, exactly. So it'll help you last longer and stay more firm. All right. So, hey, Richard, we appreciate you coming back.
Appreciate you, man. Yeah,
no problem, though. Thank you so much.
It's getting
All
weird.
right.
You're so silly.
All right, we appreciate Richard for coming back in.
So anything you want to share?
Hell no, shit. I'm gonna share it with you. It's now that I got this Grand Marnier in me, it's in my veins right about now. I'm feeling real good. I'm gonna go back in here and tell you what I've really been wanting to tell you for the last 6 months. She's just not in control. I have to do all the work, and it's boring. That's a conversation to have.
I might just need to talk.
Yeah, that's a conversation to have. Excuse me one second. That's a conversation to have. Continue on.
Okay, so another question that I have for you guys. Oh, you're welcome on the tidbit on the ring. Yes, for sure. So are you guys into role playing? How do you feel about role playing? Because that's a big, fantasy for some spouses. How do you feel about role playing? Like I said, the professor and student, or the nurse, or the officer, or something. So the sports player, how do you feel about role playing? Are you into that? That's not something we do often or really go into a whole lot, but I'm not opposed to it. I might need to go on and spice it up for Valentine's Day or something. What you think?
Yeah.
What you want me to dress up as though?
I'll tell you. You know what? Last time you did the maid when I told you to clean up and stuff like that. And you was bending over getting the baseboards. That was fun. When you was on them baseboards and everything, it was already too. Anyway, it was already too short.
It's so crazy.
True story. Yeah. So I've never done it, but like to. And someone else says, yes, role playing is so much fun. I suggest every couple do it. Let's give it up for role playing. Yes. We do that. We've done that. I'll tell y'all a little story since full disclosure. I mean, not full disclosure.
Then look at you sharing stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna share one. So, all right. So I got this little kit right from the store we went to, and it has some candles in it and some handcuffs and
some things.
Yeah, it has some candles. So I was like, oh man, candle wax is still a thing. Well, let me just say, when that wax hit my wife, she screamed like a damn baby. It was like,
some things need to be left in the store. And
yeah, it was hot.
It was hot. It burned my damn back.
Right, so it was on your back. That's right.
Yeah, it was my back. And let's say we never did that again.
Yep, that was it. That was it of that. But
trying to get into that old kinky stuff.
And it just destroyed the whole mood for that.
Yeah, it was over after this.
Yeah, that was almost 10 years ago, but it was like it was yesterday.
Read a couple of.
Yeah, so never tried it, but I'm not opposed to it. Give it a try. And if you need some ideas online, get online. But also, there in almost most cities, I know at least a lot of our people from the Ohio area, you can go into different sex stores and get kind of ideas to do. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Something you can do together, or you may surprise your spouse with it one time or something like that. You can do that too. Now tell us more.
She's like, now tell us what you want Sarah to dress up for Valentine's Day.
She done been so much. I don't know. I had to start getting creative. I don't know. I had to be, you know what? I'm gonna think of something. But I got something planned for Valentine's. Hey, wait till y'all see what I got for Valentine's Day. You know what I'm saying? I always try to do a little bit something different every year, but y'all just wait. You just wait till this Valentine's Day. All right. Somebody said I am open to it. I open to it.
I think it's fun.
Yeah.
Keep the spice in your life.
Keep the spice in life. We're getting into overtime tonight, y'all. But I'll tell you what.
But these topics be good. Yeah. But everybody always looking at ways to spice it up.
Yes. Because you got to get creative. You're with the same person for a long time, hopefully for a lifetime, and any kind of other like-minded adults that you can get with to talk about these topics. I think it's a good thing. What we like to do with each one of the shows that we do, have you come away with something that may help you or start a conversation that may assist you in your journey. Of course, we're not relationship experts. We're just a couple of regular people. But the more you talk to people on the same level, the more information you get.
So what you think? So some of the thrills I got was like, so people said they're into having sex outside, the Mile High Club, trying it on the boat, having a threesome, making a sex tape. You down for any of that?
Down for all of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's just a thrill. You know what I'm saying?
I got to, when you get close to 50 is I don't give a fuck. You don't give a fuck. I mean,
You gotta
it's
live
like
your life.
shit. The
Enjoy
countdown
your
is on.
life.
Shit, I ain't got.
Yeah, you ain't got.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
technically, as they say, you ain't got much left.
Yeah, a man is typically at his prime between, let's say, 45 and 55. Believe it or not, So it's time to go ahead, just have some fun and do what it do. So we got somebody else gonna come in before we wrap it up. So we got Don waiting in the room. Let's see. Somebody said, "We love y'all too. Thank y'all so much." Let's go ahead and bring Don on in to the stream. Don, how you doing? Hello. It's showing your. Let me unmute you. You got your. It says your mic is muted, Don. Go ahead and check your audio. Make sure there's a little button you can click to unmute your mic. But while we're waiting on him to unmute, or him or her to unmute, what's the next question?
All right. So the next question is: are you open to helping your spouse achieve some of the desires and fantasies they may have? Are you open?
Snap.
What you doing?
Oh snap! So
drop your comment. You open or no?
So when you say help them achieve it, like if it don't include you,
whatever your partner
desires.
It don't. We not being specific to what it is. They may want to have sex in public. They may want to have get oral sex in the movie theater. Are you open to bringing somebody? If they want somebody in the bedroom. I mean, I'm not saying whatever. It could be smaller than that. It could be role playing. Are you open to some new ideas and trying new things in the household?
Don, you are still muted. It says that your mic is muted, so I can't. So we can't hear you. Once you hit, it's a little button that you click or checkbox on your end if you're on your cell phone. But it is saying that you're muted. But yeah, I think you should, if as long as you are on board with it, you should assist the spouse in making that whole thing kind of happen. You never know. It may be the experience to experience it may be something that really gets both of you.
Okay, let's read some of our comments.
All right, someone said it depends. Boy, it depends. It depends. That's it depends. All right, I'll leave that one at that. Do you warm up before having sex? I got to do some push-ups before
okay, some sex. Get yourself however you got to do. Whatever you got to do.
Hey, you got to do what you got. Some push-ups. Hey, you know what? That don't sound too damn crazy once you think about it, because at least from the men's side, getting, just like, I don't know, if you work out, guys who work out know what I'm talking about. You get off the treadmill, you feel like you can accomplish anything. I mean, so yeah, you know what? That
might do some push-ups.
Yeah, that's a good one there. Do some push-ups. Next one. Yeah, as long as it is just me and him, I'm down for whatever. Wherever.
Okay, wherever. Okay.
Yeah, we like that. Next one is, as long as it is a fantasy and not a reoccurring thing. Well, what? Okay. Well, I have to ask. What if? Okay, I got you. I know what that means. So. Maybe
like a one-time thing.
Yes, it's like something that you want. It's a fantasy that your spouse wants to experience it. Maybe it's not your cup of tea, but you're a team player and you want to do it. But as long as it's something that recur, I can get that, especially if it may involve another person that can understand that. We got Don coming back in, but we'll go ahead and read these next couple. Why don't you read these next two for me?
It has to be with me and only me.
Okay, all right.
I got you.
And someone said, yep. All right, so we got a couple people in. We're going to bring in here real quick before we call it a night. So we're going to try Don one more time. Looks like they are unmuted. Let me add Don to the stream. Don, how you doing? I'm going to bring in Trey as well. Don, are you there? While Don's still trying to work that, let's go ahead and welcome Trey. How you doing, Trey?
What's going on? How y'all doing?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
Man, I'm good, man. I'm good. Glad to be here.
Good. Thanks for joining in.
No problem.
So anything you want to comment on that we talked about so far before my lovely host here asks you a question or two?
No, I don't. I'm good.
Okay. All right. Well, why don't you go ahead and ask Mr. Trey a question there?
So I guess, do you think it is normal to share some of your fantasies and desires with your spouse? Do you think it's normal? Do you think it's healthy?
I think it is. I think if you are trying to go there with your spouse, I think it's necessary.
Yes, yes.
But what if you're not really trying to go there? Like, what if it's just something you just been thinking about and not necessarily wanting to happen? Do you think it's good to share those thoughts?
If it's a personal fantasy, you know what I'm saying, long time been in my head for my whole life fantasy, I don't know. But if it's something that kind of happened, I guess over time, with that particular person, I think it's necessary to have it to say something about it.
I get you.
That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a
yeah.
different perspective. I didn't see
Yeah.
until he said that.
Yeah, that's good. I guess would you feel rejected if your spouse was not game for or not with
Yeah, how
some of
would you
your
feel
ideas?
if you say, hey, especially if it's one that you just mentioned that you've been
Thinking about all your
thinking about
life.
all your life, you brought it to her, and she was like, no,
No.
How would you feel?
I would definitely feel some type of way. Can't lie. But
Yes,
you adjust and you keep it in your head. It's a fantasy that may one day may be fulfilled. Maybe
Yeah.
it will, maybe it won't. But
Yeah.
you keep trying.
yeah, and you know what? As well, just because
I think that's important.
yeah, exactly. Just because they don't like it now, not that you hold out hopes and think they change, but as people
Gets older.
get older, time
Right.
goes on. Sometimes people may circle back to that, or they may be more open to things that they weren't open to 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago.
And
So
I think it depends on the level of your relationship. You know, you got different levels to how you feel about certain things. So yeah, as you move forward in your relationship, things change. So you might be open to some things.
yeah, hold tight for me, Trey. Oh, I just brought Don in and they dropped. Okay, I guess Don's not having a good night with the audio. All right, but yeah. So that's good, man. That's some good perspective that you did add to the stream. Do you have one more quick question before we let Trey go? I think that's all the questions.
Yeah.
Well, Trey, we appreciate you dropping in, man. We appreciate you being part of the group as well.
No
And
problem.
as always, man, you know what? Some of the people we have in the group, we know in real life, and some we don't. Now I know of Trey, but I don't have Trey. Have I ever met you in real life?
I don't think we ever physically met. I think we've
I
met
know a lot of
digitally a couple times and shared conversations and things of that nature, but
Yeah,
we never physically met. We got to make it happen.
Yeah, that's true. So it's good to actually talk to you
Yes, sir.
in real life. So we appreciate you, brother. So thank you so much for coming in. Everybody give it up for Trey for coming in. Thank you so much, brother. We'll hang on in there for the rest of the show, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. All right, so we'll read the next comment there. It says, it's funny that sharing your fantasy is not a thing. I always ask what a person's fantasy is because I strive to fulfill my significant other's desires and fantasies. Hey, that's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, I think it's important to know. I mean, even if you've never asked up until today, you might want to consider asking. You may not be willing to fulfill any of those things, but I think it's important I think it takes the relationship to a whole nother level of trust and just openness, because now you know my innermost thoughts, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Yes. It doesn't mean that you're willing.
You finally know what you do. You didn't got with married. Like, damn, I didn't marry.
I done married a freak.
Right. You either gonna say yes or like,
right.
Damn, I got my work cut out.
Yeah, so I think it just helps the relationship move to a different level, even though you may not be willing to, honor some of those things.
Yeah. Well, man, this has been a real good show. I wish it was a Friday night or something like that, so we can just, go to the bedroom and just have all fun all night.
Crazy.
Like
but I think the big takeaway is I think the big takeaway from the show tonight is just be open, be accepting of your spouse's thoughts, desires, wishes, and that's it. Like, not necessarily, and we're not encouraging you to do any of these things. But I highly encourage you to do some of these things. But I'm,
Yeah, have the
to each his
conversation.
own.
At the end of the
Yeah.
day, have the conversation and also receive the conversation. If your spouse talks to them, at least listen to their fantasies, because if they bring it to you, it's important. And you never know how long they've been having these particular desires or fantasies and or how important it is to them. So just be understanding. That is the good thing about we always hear communication is key. That is one really good thing, is to be not willing to say something, but also receive it as well. God damn it. These
That
damn
lights done went off, y'all. We got these sensor lights.
Yeah, we got smart lights. And what is 9:41? That's an odd time I got that to turn off. But anyway.
Well, we thank y'all so very much. We appreciate the love.
Yeah, we thank y'all so much. We were good to be back, and we thank y'all for joining us on the show tonight. Somebody said, great show. Thank you guys. You're welcome. We're glad you enjoyed it. Hey, as a little thank you, what y'all could do is, once we conclude this, we got some things coming up for next month, Valentine's Day. So we got some shows for the singles coming up for your friends that aren't necessarily married, but in relationships or trending towards that way. So if you will, at the completion of this, invite 5 or so or more singles that you know that are trending towards being married or want to be married or think highly of being in a relationship.
All right. So, knock, knock.
Who's there?
Kiss.
Kiss who?
Kiss me. Give me a kiss. Bye, y'all.
Hey, thank y'all so much. It's been real. We appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for joining us tonight. Until we see y'all next week, y'all take care and be careful.
See, I've been thinking about you all day. Just waiting for your call. Don't even really know.